Good afternoon, my friends. So it is happening. Low and middle income households across the U.S. will be receiving a stimulus check in the mail very soon from lawmakers in Congress. You could be eligible to receive $400 for each individual in your family as soon as the beginning of next month. Here is everything that you need to know about the fourth stimulus package. So, dear friends, please make sure to watch until the end of this video for all of the details. And do stay tuned to learn who the winners are of this week's $75 Walmart gift card giveaway.
Confounding problems facing millions of Americans, the skyrocketing costs of insulin. Making insulin more affordable is a top priority for Democrats. So right now there are bipartisan talks underway led by Senators Shaheen and Collins to cap insulin at $35 a month and make changes to drive the cost down in a comprehensive way. I intend to put a proposal on the floor as soon as we can after Easter. There should be nothing remotely partisan about making sure Americans don't go broke to manage their diabetes. So Democrats are eager to work wherever we can on legislation that will cap insulin at $35 a month and give millions a long overdue break at the pharmacy. It's reported that at least 1 in 4 insulin users have to ration their use of insulin because they can't afford it. The exponential price in the cost of insulin is truly one of the most frustrating trends of the past 2 decades. This is a drug with no patent on which millions of Americans rely to manage their diabetes. Today, a 40-day supply of insulin can exceed $600 a month, a prohibitive and downright immoral price that makes no sense at all. Over the past few weeks, a number of my colleagues, including Senators Warnock, Senator Shaheen, Senator Murray, and Senator Collins, have worked assiduously on proposals for bringing down the price of insulin, bringing it back down, as part of our larger effort to lower costs for American families. The latest bipartisan effort will combine elements from Senator Warnock's and other proposals, and it has my enthusiastic backing because lowering the cost of insulin is so important. I commend my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for working on this issue in good faith. Bipartisanship has been kindling for a number of recent Senate accomplishments, and insulin should be another issue where we deliver. And in addition, incidentally, while we're talking about cost,
as consumers pay more at the pump, and many voters are supportive of the government taking action to reduce costs, over 70% of respondents to a poll conducted said that they would support tax holidays at the federal and state level. This would mean that the governments could reduce gasoline taxes over a period of time to cut costs for consumers. Other popular measures included asking domestic producers to increase oil production and the release of barrels from strategic reserves. The White House has said that they are supportive of domestic producers increasing their production. Leaders on Capitol Hill had their own ideas and have introduced various proposals that could bring costs down for consumers. Some of the proposals include a gas stimulus check, similar to the economic impact payments made by the IRS earlier in the crisis. Governor Gavin Newsom wants to counter spiking gas prices by sending $400 per vehicle payments to drivers and freezing a gas tax increase tied to inflation. The California governor's 2-part proposal represents the latest development in negotiations with the legislature over how to offset soaring fuel costs, but it differs from legislative leaders' framework. Governor Newsom wants to offer $400 debit cards that are tied to vehicle ownership, capped at 2 vehicles per household. There would be no income eligibility threshold. He is pressing ahead with a plan to halt a scheduled July 1st hike in the state's gas tax tied to inflation. And the California governor is seeking $750 million to fund 3 months of free public transit for commuters. The debit cards would go to drivers regardless of whether they own a gas or electric-powered vehicle. According to the governor's office, the total cost would be roughly $11 billion, a commitment made possible by a booming budget surplus. Those who file their taxes under the single individual status will be able to receive the benefit if they earn less than $75,000 a year. After $80,000, the quantity distributed will begin to decrease. For those that file jointly, The cutoff is $160,000 a year. Oregon State Congressman Peter DeFazio also introduced a bill called the Stop Gas Price Gouging Tax and Rebate Act. Peter DeFazio says that this bill would place a tax on windfall profits from oil companies, as they are expected to rake in billions of dollars in profits as prices soar. Peter DeFazio's bill would mandate that during 2022, if oil companies have increased their profits 110% about their typical annual taxable income, they would have to pay taxes on at least 50% of those windfall profits. This tax revenue would be then returned to the taxpayers as a rebate. So, my friends, what are your thoughts on these two different types of stimulus proposals? Please let me know in the comment section below. There is also some big news for residents of the state of Georgia. Special state income tax refunds paid out of Georgia's historic budget surplus could be on their way to taxpayers in 6 to 8 weeks. This is after Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed the $1.1 billion refund plan into law. In brief remarks as he signed the bill, Governor Kemp thanked lawmakers for agreeing to this great relief that we're fixing to get hardworking Georgians, returning over $1 billion of their hard-earned money that, quite honestly, we didn't need this year. The Georgia legislation will give a $250 refund to single filers, $375 to single adults who are a head of household with dependents, and $500 to married couples filing jointly. The refund would only be paid to people who filed tax returns for both the 2020 and 2021 tax years. Individuals who have already filed their 2021 taxes, which are due this April 18th, without an extension, would get money back in a separate payment later. People who have not yet filed may see their money applied to whatever refund that they are due or payment that they owe, depending on how quickly the State Department of Revenue and tax preparers can make changes. Friends, I'm really excited and happy to hear that many state governments are finally sending out more relief to the American people. Well, my wonderful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. Thank you very, very much for joining me here today. I greatly appreciate all of you for watching my videos daily. And I truly hope that you found this video helpful. The 3 winners of this past Friday's $75 Walmart gift card giveaway are Juanita Riddle, Zelinda Hodgkins, and Margaret Alexander. Congratulations, friends! Friends, please note that if I have announced you as a winner, please do check your notifications page. Thank you very, very much, friends, and I hope that you all have a wonderful and blessed weekend.